Hello, sir. I'm Varun Tiwari from Indus Age and Friends World TV. Welcome you and congratulate you for a guru of chai. And we are very excited to look after this. It's coming your new adventure. So please tell us about what's coming up and how you will get the idea of this to start it up.
Guru of Chai, my theatre company, Indian Inc. We made this play about 10 years ago, and it was originally we were looking at writing a play for children, and we researched Indian fairy tales, and we came up with this fairy tale called Punchkin, which as we started the process of workshopping this fairy tale, we decided that it wasn't appropriate for children. It was very violent. The morality in it was very dark. And so but we loved the story. We absolutely loved the story. So then we decided to make it a show for adults. And so we modernized it. We took the original fairy tale and we set it in contemporary India. And so our storyteller is a chaiwala who operates at Bangalore Central Station as a chaiwala. And into his life come 7 girls who are abandoned by their father at their railway station. And they bring the station to a standstill with the beauty of their singing. And the chaiwala's life gets drawn into the lives of these girls, and he becomes sort of their uncle looking after them. And so this story, we needed the storyteller to be talking to the audience and then telling the story from his life. And so we came up with the character of the guru. And the guru is a very much in modern Western society, the idea of Indian spirituality and taking away everything that's wrong with your world with a dose of Indian kind of mysticism is very appealing in the West. And so this idea of a guru who's offering this promise to take away everything that's wrong with your life by telling you this story. And so that's what we do. For an hour and a half, we will take away everything that is wrong with your life. That is the promise of the play.
That's beautiful. I'm so excited. Means really very excited to see that now. It's coming up in the theaters in coming weekend. Am I
That's
right?
right. We open on Thursday and we play through till Saturday. So only 4 performances over 3 days. So you'd have to get in quick at the Mirragong Theatre in Wollongong.
That's beautiful. I just want to ask you why it take 10 years. 10 years to start to till now. Why it take a decade for that thing? And especially you work on your looks, your mask, your teeth, and all the stuff. How it will become the ideas?
Well, I mean, 10 years ago was the genesis of the play. We've been touring it in America, from coast to coast in America, because we have an American agent. And so for the bulk of the life of the play, we were touring in America and New Zealand, and we've only just really caught up with Australia. We've performed in Sydney and we've performed in Melbourne, Adelaide, Darwin. And so we're still got a lot of Australia to go.
That's beautiful. And these days, theaters are totally different and growing up again. So, what is the difference between videos, movies, and theaters these days, according to you?
That's a great question. You know, we really, in the theater, I think the danger is that we try to compete with television and film. And I don't think we can do that. We really have to play to what theater does best, which is using the audience's imagination. That idea of people gathered in a room listening to a story, they really have to imagine what the storyteller is conveying. And that opens up a sort of childlike quality, because when you think back to your childhood, your imagination was so sophisticated. And then as you get older, you get trapped into screens and you have to have everything portrayed to you literally and with brilliant visuals, and your imagination dies in that moment because everything is literal. You have everything painted for you and spoon-fed. But in the theater, what I love is that we are gathered there together and we have to believe. For a moment, we all have to just suspend our disbelief and believe in the thing that is being told. And it's almost spiritual, it's almost religious in that moment, because we're communing, we're gathering together, we enter as strangers and we leave as an audience. So that's a actual change that happens to the person when they go to the theater, which I find really exciting. And that's why theater is really my first love. I do film and television, but theater is really where I love to perform.
That's really beautiful. If I will come back to Guru of Chai, if it is like a first impression is that its plays maybe in Hindi, and because of Guru is like a Hindi word, and Chai is like Indian Hindi word,
Yeah.
and the plays in English and other languages as well. You are from a different related with a different language.
Yeah, I
So
mean, my parents are from Kerala, and so I'm a Malayali, and there's little bits of language that I use in my plays because primarily I'm doing theater from a Western tradition, and so it's not classical Indian dance, it's not classical music. I mean, we got live music in it, and there's sort of in the language I'm using in that in the music is Malayalam, and we've performed this show in Kerala in English.
okay, in
And
English.
it was very well received. But it's primarily, you know, the audiences that I'm performing to, I'll get far more Indians coming to my shows than most Western theater shows will have, but they're not entirely Indian. So we have to have this ability to talk to everyone that comes, and the language we're using primarily is English. But it's an Indian context and it's an Indian flavor. And therefore you definitely get references that only Indians will understand. So the laughs are quite, you know, when you get, especially when you get Malayalis in the audience, you get the laughs in different places, but everybody who comes to the show enjoys it. So it's got a very cross-cultural kind of feeling to the thing.
Okay, and it's only in Wollongong. It is not going other cities.
No, I mean, the funny thing is that there's a companion play to this play, which is called Paradise or the Impermanence of Ice Cream. We just finished playing that at the Sydney Festival, and it's the same character in a different story. So it's just happened that Wollongong hasn't had this show, and this is the show that you should see first before you see Paradise.
Okay.
You don't have to really see them in any order, but it's nice to see Guru first so you understand the character.
That's beautiful. And do you have your looks with you at present?
I don't have my teeth. I mean, the Indian Ink Theatre Company was formed from a love of mask. And in Guru, if you come to see the show, you'll see the smallest mask possible, which is a set of teeth that are orthodontically made for my mouth. And they change me utterly. They change my whole face. They change my voice. They change the way I look through my eyes. They're terrible teeth, but they're definitely a mask that allows me to get into the character.
That's beautiful. And sir, my request is whenever you are coming to Sydney next time, please visit our studio. Want to do interview with you face by face
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
studio.
Yeah, no, I agree. Face to face is best. That's why I love the theater.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I like it when I'm doing the interview on the Zoom. I just say, no, that is not from the feeling we get it.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
you are a great artist, and we want to see you personally.
Yes,
When
absolutely.
any plans of coming to Sydney next time?
Yeah, I mean, I spent 3 months in Sydney last year doing a play called Jungle and the Sea with Belvoir Street Theatre. So we're getting a stronger and stronger association with Sydney. So yes, I would love to come back, and we'll let you know.
And thank you very much from Indus Age and Friends World TV. You want to give the message to the people who loves to see the theater, and from to our viewers as well before
Yeah,
going.
I mean, Guru of Chai won Best Play, Best Actor, and Best Composer in the same year. So it's a rare chance. We're not, because this play has been going for 10 years. It won't be often that you'll get a chance to see it. So I'd really encourage you to take the opportunity to see it, and see it while it's in Wollongong, because it won't come around again.
That's good, great, and we congratulate you for being such a well-written play, and we want to see that as we want to see that, and how we can see if we can miss that opportunity after that.
Well, I mean, the Indian Ink Theatre Company was 25 years old last year, so we're not going away any time soon. We've written 11 original plays, all have that Indian Western flavor. So just look out for Indian Ink, or check out our website, indianink.co.nz. And all our productions are there and where we're performing in the world. So hopefully in a town near you.
Thank you, sir. And nice to talk with you. And definitely we are waiting for you in Sydney.
Great.
And myself, Varun Tiwari from Indus Age and Friends World TV, thank you very much. And we will look after, we were waiting for the play in Wollongong. And we are telling to everyone in Wollongong, we have a very, very big team, big friends there, and giving the message, go and look at that.
Wonderful.
And go to the theatre.
Well, look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Australia's first Indian magazine to have a national reach, Indus Age is the largest circulated South Asian magazine in Australia with 5 simultaneous editions, 55,000 copies printed monthly, 220,000 readers, largest network of clients, undisputed leader in community news. Indus Age is circulated in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth to over 525 outlets. Grab your copy now to get the latest on the community, news from India, Bollywood, music and much more. For more info, log on to www.indusage.com.au.